Ethan had always been the quiet one in the family, the dependable older brother who worked hard, kept to himself, and never complained. He didn't have much, but what he did have, he'd earned with sweat and long nights. After their parents passed away, Ethan gave up his dream of starting a business to help his younger brother, Liam, through college. He paid part of Liam's tuition, helped him buy his first car, and even lent him money for his wedding. But as time went on, something in their relationship shifted. Respect turned into ridicule. It started small. At family dinners, Liam and his wife, Tara, would make subtle jabs about Ethan's simple life. "Still driving that old truck, huh?" Tara would say, sipping her wine. Liam would laugh, adding, "Hey, not everyone can handle success. Some people are just comfortable being average." Ethan always smiled and brushed it off. He didn't like conflict. He lived in a modest 2-bedroom apartment, worked as a warehouse supervisor, and spent weekends volunteering at a local shelter. His life wasn't flashy, but it was honest. Still, the mocking grew worse. One Sunday, the family gathered at Liam's new house, a massive modern mansion with glass walls, marble floors, and a view that screamed money. Liam was proud of it, and he made sure everyone knew it. "Ethan, you could live like this too if you stopped playing it safe," Liam said, gesturing at his luxury furniture. "You're wasting your life working for someone else." Tara smirked. "Maybe he likes being the charity case," she said softly, though loud enough for everyone to hear. That night, Ethan drove home in silence. He didn't cry. He didn't shout. But something inside him hardened. 4 years, he'd lived humbly, never asking for anything in return. But that didn't mean he was a fool. What Liam and Tara didn't know was that Ethan had been building something, quietly, patiently, behind the scenes. 10 years ago, before helping his brother, Ethan had started investing small amounts in a company a friend was launching. He didn't tell anyone because he didn't want to boast or risk giving false hope. Over time, that small investment had grown into something extraordinary. And now, it was about to change everything. A few months later, Liam called Ethan. "Hey bro, you got a minute?" His voice sounded tense. "Listen, I need a favor. I've got some business issues. Cash flow problems. Temporary, of course. Can you lend me 50 grand? I'll pay you back in a month." Ethan paused. 50,000, he repeated calmly. "That's a lot, Liam." Liam laughed nervously. "Come on, man. You know I'd do the same for you. You've always been the saver in the family. You must have something tucked away." Ethan smiled faintly. "You're right. I do." He didn't say anything else on the phone. But 2 days later, he showed up at Liam's office, wearing a tailored suit, polished shoes, and a quiet confidence that turned heads. Tara was there too, sitting beside her husband, looking surprised. "Ethan," she said, eyes widening. "Wow, you clean up nice." Ethan sat down across from them and placed a folder on the desk. "Before we talk about loans, I think you should see this." Inside were documents, investment records, ownership certificates, and bank statements. Liam's jaw dropped as he skimmed through them. The company name at the top was one he recognized instantly, a logistics firm that had recently gone public. "Wait," he stammered. You're a partner in this company?" Ethan nodded. "One of the founding investors, actually. I believed in it back when it was just an idea." Tara's smirk vanished. "But, you said you were working in a warehouse?" "I was," Ethan replied simply. "I liked keeping my life grounded. Didn't need to brag about numbers in a bank account." He leaned forward. "And now, you're asking for a loan?" Liam swallowed hard. "Ethan, look, I'm sorry if I..." Ethan raised a hand. "No need. I'll help you. But this time, it won't be charity." He slid another document across the desk. "You'll sell me 40% of your company in exchange for the money. That's my offer." Liam's face turned pale. "That's insane. You can't." Tara interrupted, panicked. "Liam, we need this. If we don't get the money, the bank will seize everything." Ethan stood, buttoning his jacket. "Then you have a choice. Sign it, or find another investor." After a long silence, Liam signed. He didn't have another option. Months later, Ethan became a silent owner of his brother's company. He didn't flaunt it, didn't gloat. He simply helped restructure things, brought in better management, and saved the business from collapse. Under his leadership, profits soared. Liam's pride, however, never recovered. At the next family gathering, the same people who once mocked Ethan now looked at him differently. Tara avoided his eyes. Liam kept his words short. But Ethan didn't bring up the past. He didn't need to. When dinner ended, Ethan stood up to leave. "You know," he said softly, looking at his brother, "I never did any of this to prove a point. But I guess life has a way of balancing things out." As he walked away, Tara whispered, "He's not the same man we used to laugh at." And Liam, with a quiet, defeated tone, replied, "No, he's the man I should have been all along." From that day forward, the family learned something Ethan had known all his life. Humility costs nothing, but arrogance can cost you everything.